morning. It's good to be here this morning. As you guys, most of you know that this is not normal for me to be up here to do this every once in a while. But like any Sunday, we read the Bible word for word, and we treat every Sunday the same. Now this is a special, somewhat Sunday because it's Mother's Day, and to me that Mother's Day is probably as big as the birth and the death of Jesus, because God chose a woman to have his son, and that's pretty special that he chose that, because he can do whatever he wants. He could have chose Jesus to come to earth, I think, in many of ways, whether he could have rose from the water, the ground, fallen from the sky, but he chose a woman to birth a son, and I think that's pretty special. I have a few verses that we're going to read that kind of talk about mom or parents or that. And we'll start with a commandment in Exodus 20:12. And it says to honor your father and your mother, that your days may be long upon the land which the Lord your God has given you. And then I picked Psalms 17:3. It says, behold, children are the heritage from the Lord. The fruit of the womb is a reward. And then a few of these are in Proverbs. I've chosen Proverbs. Proverbs 1:8-9. My son, hear your instructions of your father, and do not forsake the law of your mother, for they will be a graceful ornament on your head and the chains about your neck. And then Proverbs 6:20. My son, keep your father's command, and do not forsake the law of your mother. And then Proverbs 23:22-25. Listen to your father who begot you, and do not despise your mother when she is old. Buy the truth and do not sell it. Also wisdom and instruction and understanding. The father of righteousness will greatly rejoice, and he will beget a wise child will delight in him. Let your father and your mother be glad, and let her who bore you rejoice. And then Proverbs 31:10-31. Who can find a virtuous wife? For her worth is far above rubies. The heart of her husband safely trusts her, so he will have no lack of gain. She does him good and not evil all the days of her life. She seeks wool and flocks and willing works with her hands. She is like a merchant ship. She brings her food from afar. She also rises while it is yet night and provides food for her household and a portion of her servants. She considers a field and buys it. From her profits she plants a vineyard. She girds herself with strength and strengthens her arms. She perceives that her merchandise is good, and her lamp does not go out by night. She stretches out her hand to distract, and her hand holds the spindle. She extends her hand to the poor. Yes, she reaches out her hands to the needy. She is not afraid of snow for her household, for all her household is clothed with scarlet. She makes tapestry for herself. Her clothing is fine line and purple. Her husband is known in the gates when he sits among the elders of the land. She makes linen garments and sells them, and supplies sashes for the merchants. Strength and honor are her clothing. She shall rejoice in time to come. She opens her mouth with wisdom, and her tongue is the law of kindness. She watches over the ways of her household, and does not eat bread or idleness. Her children rise up, and she calls her blessed. Her husband also, and he praises her. Many daughters have done well, but you excel them all. Charm is delightful, and beauty is passing. But a woman who fears the Lord, she shall be praised. Give her of the fruit of her hand, and let her own works praise her in the gates. And then Isaiah 66 and verse 13. Says, as one whom his mother comforts, so will I comfort you, and you shall be comforted in Jerusalem. And then John 16 through 24. And the heading says, sorrow will turn to joy. A little while, and you will not see me. And again, a little while, and you will see me, because I go to the Father. Then some of his disciples said among themselves, what is this that heaven says to us? A little while, and you will not see me. And again, in a little while, you will see me, and because I go to the Father. They said, therefore, what is this that he says, a little while? We do not know what he is saying. Now Jesus knew that they were desired to ask him, and he said to them, are you inquiring among yourselves about what I say? A little while, and you will not see me. And again, a little while, and you will see me. Most truly I say to you, that you will weep and lament, but the world will rejoice, and you will be sorrowful, but your sorrow will be turned to joy. A woman, when she is in labor, has sorrow, because her hour has come, but as soon as she has given birth to the child, she no longer remembers the anguish, for the joy that a human being has been born into the world. Therefore, you now have sorrow, but I will see you again, and your heart will rejoice, and your joy no one will take away from you. And in that day, you will ask me nothing. Most assuredly, I say to you, whatever you ask the Father in my name, he will give you. Until now, you have asked nothing in my name. Ask, and you will receive, that your joy may be full. And then was going to end with third John 1, 1 and 4. It says, I have no greater joy than to hear that my children walk in the truth. And that's what I have for this Sunday, being Mother's Day. I just think it's a good day just to remember. I think we take every day granted that your mom's always going to be there. And, you know, we just need to step back and just remember what moms do for us.
Stand and sing number 567.